G'day, Andrew here again from Metigy, and welcome to the second episode of Small Business Diaries, where I'm using Metigy to try and take my side hustle and turn it into a profitable small business. Each fortnight, I'm going to be updating you as I put Metigy through its paces and try and grow my side hustle. A quick recap on my goals. The first one is to grow my audience. Really keen to grow my reach and engagement as well, and convert that into some website traffic. The reason I want to drive traffic to my website is that I've recently set up a new revenue stream. I'm selling t-shirts through my online store. It's always a good idea to try and add passive income to your revenue streams. I certainly don't have the time to be rescuing or restoring any more vintage guitars. My third goal is to try and streamline my marketing efforts. I want to save as much time as I can so I can spend it with my young family. Metigy is a great solution for that, and this episode we're going to see how Metigy can help me save time. Last episode, I signed up to Metigy and I jumped into the platform for the first time. I connected my social media accounts, started watching my competitors, etc. I wasn't really expecting the AI to do too much on my first visit, but the recommendation engine came back with some pretty glaring omissions from my strategy. My social posting times were all over the shop, compared to where the AI suggested my audience was the most engaged. Now, posting time has a huge impact on your reach and engagement. Consistently posting at optimum times can really help you crack the algorithm and expand your reach and engagement as much as possible. So this episode, I'm going to build a content calendar. I've decided to make a 2-week content calendar. I'm going to use the AI recommendations, as well as a few little insights I picked up from Instagram and Facebook analytics. It seems that my Instagram audience is mostly in the US and 90% male. It makes sense then for me right now to try and tailor my content to them, especially the posting times. There's not much point posting while they're asleep. One of the things I'm really keen to do as well is to test some different content formats. Look, I sell vintage guitars that I have restored, so a quick scroll through my feed and you can pretty much see that most of my content are photos that I have taken of my guitars. I don't generally post user-generated content or UGC, and I haven't really stepped outside the boundaries of what content I might be able to post. One of the glaring omissions I have is that I'm not posting much video content, and I've never posted a reel. I say a glaring omission because the Instagram algorithm really favors reels at the moment. I've got no idea what I'm going to do for a vertical video, so it should be pretty fun making my first one. In the time that I was making the last episode, Metigy was releasing the Instagram content publishing feature. This means that you're now able to schedule Instagram posts through the Metigy platform via your desktop. You can post photos and videos directly from your desktop. Massive time saver, and I'm really keen to try this out. It's important to note that Instagram does not yet allow the publishing of stories or reels via third-party platforms like Metigy on desktop publishing. Okay, let's jump into the Metigy platform now and build out a content calendar for the next 2 weeks. Okay, so we're back in the Metigy platform. Let's jump straight into the content planner and hit the create content button so we can start uploading some of the content I've prepared. Now, rather than trying to create content on the fly, it's always a good idea to create your content in advance and store it in a labeled folder so you can easily find it. You'll find yourself saving a lot of time working this way. I've got my content ready to upload, so I can simply drag and drop into the media section, add it, and confirm my selection. Once it's uploaded, I simply need to add my text and of course the relevant hashtags. It's always good practice to make sure that you're using a mix of popular hashtags as well as niche hashtags that cover your audience's specific interests. There are a number of websites that rank popular hashtags, so it's always a good idea to reference these websites and check which hashtags you should use. Okay, so I'm happy with the copy and the hashtags I've used. So it's time to select the platforms I'm posting to. This one will be Instagram and Facebook. Being able to post to Facebook and Instagram at the same time through Metigy is going to save me a lot of time in my content planning. And as we discussed in the last video, my posting times need a lot of work. So I'm using the AI suggestions here for my best posting time. Now, just before I upload the rest of my 2-week content calendar, I wanted to quickly show you how you can customize the time that you post. If you click on the date and time to the right of the best time button, you can customize the time and date that your post will go live. As I mentioned earlier in this video, a large percentage of my audience is in America. So I'm going to go against the AI's suggestion and I'm going to choose a time that will not only suit Australia, but the East and West Coast of America. It's an experiment and it might not work, but let's see how we go. Okay, lastly, here's a look at how I created my first ever reel. I took a vertical video using my iPhone while I was doing a product photo shoot. I uploaded the video into Canva and then added the copy and effects that I was looking for. All up, it took about 15 minutes. Thanks so much for tuning in. Make sure you join me next episode as we check the results from this content calendar and start to make adjustments to my content strategy based on the results and also based on Metigy's recommendation engine. Cheers.